Hey everyone, welcome to a Samhain special of High Heels to Happy Feels, where the veil is thin, the magic is alive, and the parts of you that you've been waiting to remember of who you really are, they're stirring really deep right now. I'm Stephanie,
And I'm Natalie.
and tonight this isn't just a podcast episode. This is a full living ritual. So wherever you are, I want you to take a breath with me. Let yourself feel, because this moment is different. This is Samhain. This is the witch's new year. The night of the veil is thinning, the veil is thinning between our worlds, between the living and the dead, and between who you've been and who you're becoming. So we're going to start with my own little spirit story. And then, Natalie, I'm going to ask you to share one. So I want you to be thinking about that. But I'm going to share
Got
one
it.
that actually involves Natalie and I that was honestly a little scary in the moment. So I think everybody who follows us knows that we've both had spirits at any different time in our life. My grandfather, when I was 5, you've had him consistently every house you've lived in. But um, one time we were getting one of your houses ready. It was the blue house, is how we affectionately called it, obviously painted blue. And it was just me and her at her house that time. We're painting this closet. And I don't even remember what started it. I found an old phone book or there was something, but I was painting inside and it was a coat closet on the main floor.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what happened that I knocked, but we did the dun 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 and we got a dun dun back, a knock knock. And I was like, not
We
funny.
were the only two there, as I remember, and I
Yes,
think I
we
remember
were.
somebody saying your name.
Oh, maybe that's what started it.
Yeah, and we were like, well, what was that?
But we did the little tapping thing too. And then there was the tap back, the dut dut back. And I'm like, not funny. I said, Nat, that's not funny. And you're like standing behind me going, what's not funny?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, okay, I think we're done painting tonight. We weren't spending a lot of time tapping in and doing those things. I mean, this was like we were on a mission to paint this house, and I'm going, all right, I think we're done. I think we're cooked. And it was
Right?
funnier looking back in hindsight, but because clearly they wanted to play, and had we really leaned into that moment, I think we'd had a lot more fun. But how about you? You remember
Yeah,
that though,
well,
right?
I do. So that's just going to bring me right into my story because, and it wasn't one I was going to say, but like all of our lives, I've been haunted. And for those of you who are part of our community and have heard my story before, you know that. I thought that I had just moved into haunted houses all the time. Steph and I have been on the spiritual path for a really long time, but I never even considered like myself as a medium or a psychic or any of those type of things until like 5 years ago. But that's another story for another time.
Right.
But I'm always living in these haunted houses. So this, I affectionately called this house the Blue House because it was blue.
Hmm.
Anyway, so that house actually had so much spirit activity that like doors would open, like poltergeist activity, like things would be awry and you'd hear the door slamming in the garage and just a whole bunch of chaos. So, but that's kind of how it has been for me at every house until I finally realized I'm not just happenstance moving into haunted houses. They're just kind of hanging out with me. And anyway, so we're gonna move into the Samhain because I've been feeling that kind of veil thinning building up for the last few weeks. And that energy, it's no joke. So we just need to pay attention. And we need to pay attention to like the spirit, not just in the ghost stories or the psychic flashes, but in those quiet nudges and the whispers that used to be like we used to ignore them. The ones we would explain away and be like, I don't want to be that person.
Isn't that crazy? Because I think about that and go, okay, so I saw my first ghost at 5. I knew it. I mean, tried to tell people, they were like, you're crazy. And then, of course, as we looked at it years later and go, oh, okay, so that's when Grandpa would have been passing and did it. And okay, great, talk to Grandpa. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we go in a situation like that, and I think of your blue house, and I swear it had some like portal style vibes. I mean, I remember your oldest sitting there at 2 years old having that full on conversation with his dead grandma.
Yeah, that was, and my kids are
Same
very
house.
intuitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and
same
it
house.
was the same house, but the piney house and the
Yep.
cottonwood house and like all
They've
of the
all been
houses,
like that. Yep.
they've all been like that. But the blue house seemed to be very significant, and both kids were born during
The
that
owner.
house.
Yep.
Yeah, and but much like you said, we even though being spiritual and being of the witchy persuasion and all of the different things that were happening in our life, we never stopped and were like tapping into what's going on and
Right.
asking those questions. And it took until I was because we've been doing paranormal investigations for like 10 years, 15 years, whatever, but a really long time. But I was on a paranormal investigation and it happened at the Stanley. And the first time I realized that I'm actually supposed to be doing that kind of work was when a spirit looked at me and I realized they saw me and I knew that they knew that I saw them too. And
Oh,
there was that
yes.
rush of emotion and I
I
was like,
rem I remember you talking about that because it
"Oh,
was like they looked at you like they were just as shocked that you could see them as that they could see you.
yeah." And
Yeah.
that's when that everything clicked for me and I'm like, "What?" And we were like 5 years into paranormal investigations and 20 years into,
Right.
anyway,
Yeah, I
it
know.
was it was really crazy. So I was already walking between worlds, and so were you. And so tonight, we're going to ask everybody to stop performing for anybody else's comfort, and let's let our witchy, wild, intuitive selves fly free,
Woohoo.
right? So
I
if you're
love it.
listening live, grab a candle or a crystal, a glass of water, whatever feels right for you. And if you're driving or multitasking, no pressure. You can come back and do this ritual again anytime. But right now, just breathe with me. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the pulse of something ancient moving through you because the veil isn't just out there somewhere, it lives within you.
You know, if you've been listening this season, you've heard us talk about the edge. And because I want to get into the planetary aspects of this, and it's that stretch between who you've been and who you're becoming. The sky is totally mirroring that edge tonight. Um, and this, as we're recording just hours ahead of Samhain, and it's like that cosmic mirror that's showing us exactly where we are. And right now, during this season, of course, the sun is always in Scorpio. And we've got Pluto and Mars as major players in this because it's the planet of death, Pluto being the planet of death, rebirth, and really that raw truth. And it's stationed direct earlier this month. But in astrology, that means the energy of death and transformation just isn't simmering in the background anymore. It's really moving forward. So it's
Mhm.
progressing again. And it's asking us to stop avoiding what's already ending. So when Pluto's whispering to you right now, I want you to think about what are you finally ready to let die so that something else can rise,
Oh, that's powerful.
right? Big statement. I mean, it's a very Phoenix rising moment.
And it's
Mars,
very, very Samhain too.
it
Yeah.
is very much because it's that thin veil. And what is it that we're letting live and what are we letting go? So, Mars, planet of courage, fire, forward motion, and it's fueling the parts of you that are ready to stop holding back. And Mars is in Scorpio right now, as is the sun, right? So Mars doesn't do small talk. It doesn't wait for permission. It's asking you, what have you been tolerating that you already know is done?
Ooh,
Big ones,
that's a little deep,
little deep. So, but if you think about it, this time of
Mhm.
season is all about, dare we say it, shadow work. So
Right?
it's out there. But together, Pluto and Mars, they're going to hold that door wide open tonight over Samhain, right? Not to scare you and it's not to pressure you, but it's to initiate you. It's to remind you that you're the bridge. You are that bridge between endings and beginnings. And Samhain, it's it's a ritual doorway. And you've already been walking toward it. You're already walking, getting ready to walk through it, and you didn't even know it. So I want you to take a breath with me again because we're going to be doing a lot of this as we step through this. And I want you to whisper quietly if you can. If you're not driving and you can close your eyes, great. But say, I'm ready to cross the threshold because that's where we're headed next. into the unseen together.
All right, so if you've stayed with us this far, you're already in it. You've crossed the first layer just by choosing to stay present. And now we're going to open that next layer together. In Wiccan and pagan tradition, Samhain is the time to honor the dead, to call on the wise ones who walked before us, to sit at the table with those whose blood, whose spirit, whose love still echoes through us today. But here's the thing, you don't have to know their names. You don't have to even know who they are. You just have to open the door with reverence and let them meet you in the quiet.
So wherever you are right now, if you can, close your eyes. If not, and you can do this later, great too. But I want you to feel your body and breathe. Just breathe in and breathe out. And when you're ready, I want you to whisper softly. You can whisper this with me. I call in only what honors my highest good. I open to the wisdom beyond the veil. And then with our moon in Pisces right now, I want you to let yourself, or as it is in Samhain, I want you to let yourself feel who or what is beginning to rise in your awareness as you feel. Is it a face, a feeling, a memory? Maybe it's nothing at all yet, and that's okay too. Just trust that the energy is moving, that the veil is thinning, and that you are not walking alone tonight. Now take one more breath and then whisper, thank you for walking with me. But let's keep moving because the spell isn't done yet. Because next, we're going to step into that really collective ritual altogether.
All right, so in stepping into that, you've called the ancestors in. You've crossed the threshold. Now it's time to release what's dead and claim what's waiting for you. So wherever you are, let's make this simple but powerful. If you have something to burn, safely, of course, a candle, piece of paper, even just your breath, bring it close. And if you don't, no worries. You can do this in your own mind and body, and it's just as real. So take a breath and think of one thing that you're ready to release. A belief, a fear, a habit, a role you are done playing. Bring it to mind. Feel it in your body, and when you're ready, whisper, I release what no longer serves me. I let it die with love. If you have something to burn, offer it into a flame now. If not, exhale and let it leave your body with your breath, just like it's passing through fire. Now bring to mind who you are becoming. Not perfect, not finished, but truer and freer and more you. Picture them standing just on the other side of the veil, waiting for you to say yes to them finally. And when you're ready, whisper, I call myself forward. I am ready to become. And now, if it feels safe for you to do so, stand up, put your feet on the earth, stretch your arms wide, and say with me, I am the magic. I am the spell. I am the bridge between the worlds. Feel that ripple through your body. This is the magic. You've already been living it, even if you've forgotten. Take one last breath with me and let yourself feel the energy you've just moved. We'll seal it together in just a moment. But first, one more story to share.
So, for a long time, Natalie and I both thought we had to keep these worlds very separate. Um, and I know she'll tell you the same story, but we lived very quietly in the spiritual world. And I think, as everybody knows, we came out of that said broom closet really with the launch of Immersive Spirit 2.5 years ago.
Hmm.
But we have always, always been very spiritual people, and we learn more about ourselves as we've talked about here tonight, as we've gone. But every day, something would show itself, right? And every day, the everyday world that we were showing to others was the keep it safe, keep it small. You know, you don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. God forbid. Don't do that. But for us, some of those awakenings were around the her house, seeing my grandfather when I was 5, the the synchronicities that sometimes you can't explain, the the moments when you feel like there's something else in the room with you. And they happen. They happen now. There'll be an image and you're like, okay, not now, not my space. But it became something that was it's not just a feeling. I'm not making it up. It's not my imagination. There's no imaginary friends. I don't need a straitjacket. Thank you very much. I've opened myself to a higher level of thinking. We have opened ourselves to that higher level of thinking and to understanding that there is much more to the universe than what we just see in our 3D lives. And now we don't shut it down. Now we say, I see you. I honor you. I feel you. We but we stay in our body to do it, right? Or we're able to ground and to be in those moments and to share in those experiences and to do that. And when you start doing that, you feel the fear dissolve in the conversations with the people that you have.
Yeah.
And some of that comes with just getting older. It's just wisdom, and you just don't care what people think anymore. But for those that are younger and experiencing this already, yay you,
Oh,
right?
no doubt. So jealous of you being
Me,
so far ahead.
right? I am just
But I honor you. I'm not really jealous. I honor
right.
that you're there.
Exactly. I'm honored to be on the journey with you and to share in that because it's joy. It's pure joy that you get to step out and just do it now. And I'm so excited to see what these next generations bring and the youth and what they're going to do because there's so much there. But there's all these things that will take, there's something new that totally takes its place, that sovereignty, the belonging that comes with it, and the power that we didn't know we had to access, right? Or that we had access to. And I think that's huge. So, all of that to say, stop shrinking and start walking fully as the bridge that you already are between those realms because you do that daily and honor that. And I want to let's just seal that together. Let's close this gate. So let's start though. I'm gonna kick this off for Natalie by saying I want you to start coming back to center.
All right. So, yeah, let's close this gate together and definitely live soul led, live out loud, and walk your
Mm.
wild truth, unfiltered and unapologetic every day.
Yes. Yes,
All
yes.
right. We are bringing it back to center with gratitude, with clarity, with reverence, because we have a truth. The door stays open as long as you choose to leave it open. And you get to choose when it's time to seal your space and return to yourself. So, wherever you are, take a deep breath with me. And when you're ready, whisper softly or just listen if that feels better for you. I thank the spirits who walked with me. I honor the wisdom I received. And I now close this circle with love, with power, with peace. Take one more breath. Feel your body again, your skin, your heartbeat, your breath. Rub your hands together if you need to. Stomp your feet, wiggle your fingers. Let yourself fully come back to center.
Mhm.
And the magic doesn't end here. It's already in you, it's already moving through your life. You don't need to hold on to a ritual because you are the ritual. And I think Stephanie's um, topic of the week that she did really calls that out. You are the bridge between worlds. That is you.
So true. And there it is. There it is, your Samhain ritual, your witch's new year, your reminder that the real magic, it's already living inside of you.
Hmm.
And you don't have to wait for the next full moon. You don't have to wait for the next sign. You don't have to wait to say, don't feel ready yet. I don't feel, I feel ready. I don't feel ready. You're already walking that edge. You're already casting spells with each breath you take, with the choices you make, with the boundaries you do or don't set, with your truth.
Hmm.
You want to keep walking this path with us? You know where to find us at immersivespirit.com. Go to immersivespiritliving.com, grab the Spirit Whisper Pack. It's part of that entire Soul Pillar section, right? But that Spirit Whisper Pack really is going to help you deepen that connection to spirit. And it does it safely and clearly and powerfully. You love,
Absolutely.
right? And if you love the ritual, please follow us, show us some love, subscribe, leave a review. We'd love a nice one, but be honest. And share your story. Please share your story in the comments. We love knowing how everyone's been impacted by spirit in some capacity. And some don't believe it yet, but
And that's okay. That's your
that's
path.
okay. It totally is. And some say, "Oh, yeah, that did happen to me, and I hadn't thought about it." Share it. Say it out loud, right? We'd love to hear how you crossed over that threshold tonight. So we've got the spirit pack out there, living your soul. Huge, huge, huge. And the soul pillars is just a beautiful gateway, just like Samhain is a gateway, um, to get you towards living your soul. And we'd love for you to check that out. So this has been a Samhain special of High Heels to Happy Feels. And something tells me that we've only just begun, Nat. Wouldn't you
Till
say?
next time, right?
Until next time, stay brave, stay open, stay magical, and blessed salmon. Ooh, did I say salmon? Blessed Samhain.
Could be salmon.
It could be that I'm hungry. It's dinner time, but blessed Samhain, everybody. Have a wonderful, safe, happy Halloween.
Stay magical.